Hello everybody, you know me. Okay, no you don't, but you know who I am. I am your Smocks Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Champion. That's right, I'm Issa J. And I'm here with Francesca Bettinelli. I got it right this time. Sorry about the last video. And we're gonna quickly run down WWE Raw. Was it worth it? Let's see. Alright, so it starts off with Kurt Angle coming to the ring, basically saying what the matches are going to be for the night. Give me a little preview. Yeah, and then when he gets to Roman Reigns and the Intercontinental Championship match, he's about to say a name, but he's interrupted by his fake son, Jason Jordan. And yeah, because of that, they get into a whole squabble about, hey, I want to be the new number one contender. Put me in that match. No, you haven't earned it yet. And then when Roman Reigns comes out, he's like, no. The person I'm facing is Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe comes out, and it's just this whole back and forth. But then Jason Jordan comes up, belly to belly suplexes Roman Reigns, and basically Roman is like, nope, you know what, make the match. I want this match right now. So that was the opening. It was a whole big thing, big on-stage performance. What did you think? Was it worth it?
I just wish they would hurry up with this whole thing, and I personally didn't think it was worth it, no.
No, you did not think the opening was worth it? To see where the feud is going and the storyline, it was worth it, but it was a bit long. And even watching it condensed and sped up, it was long. So, it was barely worth it, but it was barely worth it for me. She'd probably fast forward. I would watch it through only because it gives a lot of story and it gives a lot of heelish moments to Jason Jordan. And then we got to the match between Jason Jordan and Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship, and they let them wrestle. They did let them wrestle for 2 commercial breaks. It was a long match, and it showcased a lot of talent between both men, and finally we got a little bit going. Yeah, the acting in the beginning wasn't the greatest, but what they did in the ring definitely made up for the lackluster beginning. What did you think? What did you think about the match? Just your honest opinion.
I didn't think it was necessary.
You thought it was pretty boring?
Yeah, it was pretty boring. I'm ready for Jason Jordan to stop being a whiny little baby. And
well, they're just bringing him to that character now. You're already over it?
I'm over it.
She's already over Jason Jordan. He's just started being a whiny baby 2 weeks ago. Oh boy, WWE, you're messing up horribly with this guy. Yeah, so the match, I think the match was worth it because it did showcase a lot of talent in the ring. So I personally think that match was worth it. It definitely had me glued to the TV trying to see what they were going to do with it.
I mean, you knew Roman Reigns was going to win. So that's why I was like, skip.
So
you already knew the ending.
So it was worth it?
No.
It wasn't worth it. So far, she did not think the Raw was worth it. 2 no's to my 2 yeses. This is crazy. The beginning segment.
Oh, well, are the beginning segments ever worth it?
Right. And then we had Paige versus Sasha Banks. Paige came out with Absolution. Sasha Banks came out with Mickey and Bailey. And they had a really long match as well. especially for a women's match. It was, I don't know if it was 2 commercial breaks, but it was definitely a good one. I enjoyed it. Paige came out on top. And Absolution looks like a force to be reckoned with in the women's division, and they're really strong. They're really strong competitors, and it's fun to see where they're bringing this brand, this division, and we're actually getting pretty good feuds out of it. So yes, this match was worth it. What did you think about the match?
I guess not a big fan of the whole Absolution thing, but I guess it was worth it.
As the match between Paige and Sasha, did you think they performed well in the ring?
Yeah, it was a pretty decent length of time, and it went back and forth quite a bit, so I'd say, yeah, in the match it was worth it.
Alright. Finally, our cynical Francesca thinks something's worth it.
Well,
and then we had our fatal 4-way between the cruiserweights for the number 1 contendership to face Rich Swann next week, and it was Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, Mustafa Ali, and Cedric Alexander. And this match showcased a lot of great high-flying ability, had a lot of crazy good near falls, just like last week's. Drew Gulak came out on top after Cedric Alexander hits Mustafa with his signature, but then Drew runs in with a knee to knock out Cedric to steal the win. So it's Drew Gulak versus Rich Swann next week. But as this Fatal 4-Way match, it was really, really good. It was really strong. And you'll see what I think about the what they did with 205 Live in a few minutes with the next episode of 205 Live. Was it worth it? But this match was definitely worth it. It was a strong showcasing of the talent of the 205 Live brand, and they kept the tension between Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander from the last 205 Live episode that I talked about. And it was really, really great storytelling in the ring, great match, an exciting finish. Yes, this match was worth it. So what did you think about the match?
I don't think Essie thinks it was worth it.
I didn't ask Essie.
I liked it. I think it was worth it.
Okay.
So cute.
Thank you. Moving on. So we had Elias give a concert and Braun Strowman come out and just totally wreck him. No. This was not worth it. A lot of people enjoyed it because Braun Strowman is a really big dude. And then we had Kane come out and they had an exchange between each other. But no, after the amazing match Elias had with Roman Reigns last week, and just feeding him to Braun Strowman to just bury him like that, it was just a horrible decision. It was a horrible decision. It should not have been Elias. It should have been someone else, way lower on the card. No, this part was not worth it. What do you think about this?
I'd have to say I agree.
Didn't really care for it.
Not really.
The concert though was great.
That
the way
was
he
pretty
was
fun.
bashing LA people, that was great. That was funny. That was worth it. After that, just skip to the next part, which is Asuka versus Alicia Fox, and they had a pretty short match. Alicia actually had a little bit of good offense in for a little while, and Absolution comes out after Asuka wins with the Asuka lock. They toy with Asuka. She's smiling. She walks out. Asuka leaves. Then Paige hits a promo on Alicia saying how we're best friends. I would never hurt you. But these two aren't feeling the same way. They basically totally beat up Alicia Fox. And I enjoyed it. It's Asuka, Alicia Fox, and Paige Paige needs a little bit more work on the mic, but she's not as bad as the other two. But she needs a little bit more work. But it was a funny little segment, and hopefully they don't job out Alicia too much because she's funny. She's really funny as a heel, and I thought this was worth it. What did you think?
No, I'm really not a big fan of either one of those ladies, so nah, I didn't think it's worth it.
So, we had Finn Balor and Bo Dallas in a match. Curtis Axel on ringside. Good back and forth. Finn ends up winning after a coup de grace to Bo Dallas. For what it was, I guess it was worth it. It wasn't. It definitely finally showed Finn being strong and getting a win, which he needed desperately, especially outside of the demon persona. So that's a thumbs up for that. So that was cool. So because of that, I guess it was worth it to see Finn get a good win. What did you think?
Yeah, I think it was worth it, but I would like to finally see Finn fight someone, and win against someone a bit
Someone up higher on the card?
Yeah, like more of a
Well, I guess
big
he's starting.
WWE personality, rather.
I guess
than
WWE starting him back at the bottom just to see if he can regrow that fan base that he already has. But we'll see what happens. So was it worth it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
It was worth it. The Great Awakening with Matt Hardy. Yes, it was so funny. It was awesome. Matt Hardy is great in this role. He did great in the indie scene and in TNA with his broken gimmick. And now that he's broken again and he's awoken but forever broken, it was so funny. Bray Wyatt, that he was just but whenever Matt Hardy got on screen, it boosted up everything, and it was so great and funny, and it's gonna be fun to see what they do with this gimmick. What did you think about it?
It was all a bit strange, but
That was the point.
Yeah, I mean,
did you bask in the strangeness and enjoy the ridiculousness of it all?
Yeah, I guess. As much as I want to deny it.
So it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it, everybody. Go check that one out. It was great. So, WWE Raw Tag Team Championship match between The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro, and The Shield, Dean and Seth. At first, I wanted to say, no, this match was not worth it. It was so good, you guys. This match was so amazing. I'm not even kidding. Ended when Sheamus comes in and just starts beating up Dean Ambrose, getting himself disqualified. But then the general manager, Kurt Angle, comes out and he's like, no, we're going to do this again. No DQ. The Shield get a huge boost of energy again. But then Samoa Joe comes out and Roman comes out to try to save the Shield in the weakest way possible. He ran to the ring so slowly, you guys. It was bad. But other than that, he gives a Superman punch to Cesaro, but then a bro kick to Dean. Cesaro gets the pin, 1, 2, 3. The Bar retained because of shenanigans. So hopefully they're not breaking up the Shield this early, because we need to see the Shield with all the gold. That would be awesome. We want to see that as Shield fans. We want this. But for what the wrestlers gave us in the first match, to the attempt to get the Bar have their comeuppance, it was a good match. It was really, really entertaining. It was a lot of near falls, false finishes, And yes, despite how iffy the finish was, this match was definitely worth it. What did you think about the match?
Yeah, it was definitely worth it, but and I do like the storyline between the Bar and the Shield. Like, I think it's a good storyline. Yeah, I'd say it was worth it.
It's been going on for a bit much though, because we've seen it
I mean,
for the last 5 months. It feels like.
But it's Sheamus.
It's basically when you don't have anybody else on your roster to have tag team competitions.
Is there another?
There's other tag teams in the Raw division or the Raw show, except we have the Hardy Boys. One's out injured. The other one is now in a broken gimmick. We have the Bar and the Shield.
Yeah.
We need a couple more. We had 2 others, but one person in each of those tag teams got injured. But yeah, hopefully some more tag teams come in and we're able to get something going. Well, we had Big Cass and Enzo, but they broke up. We have the club, but they're stuck on the sidelines selling merchandise. Like, there's opportunities for people to be tag teams and tag team champions and to get better feuds. It's just nothing is going on with it. He's got kids. Which one is that? Rhino and Heath Slater? No, Heath something. Rhino and I think Heath Slater and Rhino. Yeah, that's a tag team. They're not doing anything with them anymore. But hopefully something comes along. Because it's getting tiring seeing the same feud over and over. It's the same with SmackDown with the New Day, the Usos. But now we have Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, thank goodness. But even then, still New Day and Usos taking up the majority of the spotlight. But overall, I actually did enjoy this episode of Raw. It was really strong. I felt start to finish, and it was a fun little ride. Yes. Oh, but I do have to mention the backstage bit with Enzo and his Zotrain, and then the flirting with Nia Jax. That was out of nowhere. It didn't need to be there, so that was not worth it. Just skip that. But overall, yes, this episode was amazing. And yeah, I enjoyed it. What did you think about the episode overall?
I'd say overall it was pretty good. There's definitely a few segments and matches you could probably fast forward through, but overall I'd say it was worth it.
So that's it for this episode. Yes, it was worth it, and yeah, I still don't know what's going on with the 205 Live brand on Raw because they're still not working together. You'll understand when you watch 205 Live episode real soon, but yeah, overall, it was a great match, and until next time, it will be awesome.
Rawsome.
No, it will be awesome.
Rawsome.
It will be awesome.